Welcome to Theory of Pets. I'm a passionate pet owner with a drive to help others like me uncover the truth about the pet industry and what goes on behind the scenes. Hi everyone, this week on Theory of Pets, I decided to do something a little bit different. I hear from a lot of pet owners that mostly their dogs, sometimes cats, have separation anxiety or anxiety of some point, whether it's anxiety about grooming or traveling or things like that. It seems to be a topic that's becoming more prevalent in the pet industry right now. So I wanted to talk about that, and that's what I had kind of planned this week's podcast around, was to discuss separation anxiety and some of the tips and tricks to help pet parents deal with separation anxiety. And if you've been dealing with it for a while, you've probably looked around on the market and you've seen that there are some vests, like the Thunder shirt comes to mind. There are pills, natural supplements. There's prescription medication you can get from your vet. There's all kinds of stuff out there available for us to use for our pets with separation anxiety or any kind of anxiety. And it's hard because your pets are a member of your family. You want them to be happy and you want them to be comfortable. You certainly don't want them dealing with any stress or anxiety, but at the same time, you also want them to be healthy, and you have to stick to a budget. So with the health aspect of it, a lot of pet owners don't want to give their dog any kind of a supplement or a prescription medication if it's not 100% necessary. And if your dog only has mild anxiety, sometimes, the pros of having your dog helped with separation anxiety don't outweigh the cons of having to give your dog a prescription medication. And of course, with budget, all of these things cost money. We're pet owners on a budget. We have food and chew toys and dog beds and other necessities that we need to buy, veterinary expenses, things like that. So is a Thunder shirt a necessity if your dog has mild anxiety? Probably not. Certainly some dogs have severe anxiety issues and they need to be treated, whether that is with prescription medication or some other form of treatment. But if your dog just is uneasy and uncomfortable, it breaks our hearts to see that, but sometimes we just can't afford to pay for all of these things to try with our dog. Every dog is different. You don't know, just because the Thunder shirt worked for a friend of yours or a family member doesn't mean that it's going to work with your dog. So do you want to spend the money and try that? Or, is it better to just stick to your budget? So this week, I have found a product that is 100% free to us as pet owners. I have not actually tried it myself. We have a dog that has anxiety around thunder showers and loud noises, but it's winter here in Maine. We don't have a lot of thunder showers coming our way, so I am going to definitely try it next spring and summer, but it's not something that I can actually test and try. So first of all, I'm looking for you guys to help me to get some feedback from you all, but also this company called Relax Your Dog, and there's a Relax Your Cat as well. They are on YouTube, and as you know, YouTube is for regular pet owners like us. You can get on there, check out the videos, and leave your comments. So literally thousands of pet owners around the world have posted videos and photos of these videos relaxing their pet. And these videos it's music for dogs or music for cats, and it's specifically generated, and they work with different frequencies and things like that to find music that will calm your pet when they are anxious about whatever it is that it might be, whether it's veterinary care, grooming, loud noises, thunderstorms, separation anxiety, things like that. They develop these songs, I guess you can call them, these musical tracks to relax your animals. So today not today, this is a pre-recorded interview, but yesterday I was able to speak with the creator of these musical tracks. His name is Amman Ahmed, and I was able to chat with him about the development of relax your dog and relax your cat, and the music itself. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys listen to that interview, and you can also, of course, on our website, which is theoryofpets.com, there's going to be show notes where you can link to their YouTube page and also to their website. These products are available now in app form for Android and for Apple products. So I will make sure to leave the link there as well if you're curious and want to download the apps. Again, whether it's YouTube or the apps, these are 100% free. So if you try it and it doesn't work, no big deal. But definitely I'm looking for your feedback. Don't forget, jump on our website. It's theoryofpets.com. You can leave comments and questions, and I will definitely listen to all of them or read all of them. I will respond to you, and I may use some of them in future podcasts. So if you're comfortable with that, you can voice record a message if you would like to be featured on a future podcast. So here is my interview with Amman. If you just want to start, maybe talk about a little bit about music for dogs and kind of how you got involved in it. It's such a unique thing.
Yeah, it is. So I guess, for us, we've spent probably 6-7 years now, really looking into the technology behind what works and how, how it kind of works from there. And so I started this literally about 6 years ago, out of university. Purely, I was struggling to get a job. And, I had a degree and it's completely worthless, because that was the time when just recovering from the recession.
Yeah.
And, 2010, the UK was still pretty hard hit. And so I was like, okay, I've got maybe £1,000, which I think is $1,500 now, left over of my student loan. And I thought, okay, if I can get a job, I'll try start a business. And I didn't know where to start or what to do. And we kind of started looking at, different types of music and, how it can benefit people. So we started looking into music to help people go to sleep, which started doing really well. And I partnered with a team in El Salvador who are then signed to my record label. And, so all the stuff we make is completely exclusive. And from there, I thought, okay, why, we're doing pretty well. 2 years down the line, we were like, okay, why don't we look into, music for dogs? There's a lot of research behind this. And, especially there's a lot of research around classical music and how it affects the dog. And we then started kind of experimenting, and we had a fan base on YouTube, and we were like, okay, what do you think of this? Obviously, it's completely free product, so we're not selling you anything. And, people really started engaging and really liking it and trying it out. And then, as the years went by, we started, developing different techniques, which I obviously can't go into too much detail about because, that's the secret that we kind of protect. But it's one of those things where we looked at different frequencies and combining that with different types of music, different styles of music, and slowly things started working. Our fan base. So we have a huge playlist on YouTube called on our channel called Watch It Work. And there's so many fans that are submitting videos of their dogs falling asleep to our music. And that just made everything so much more powerful because it wasn't coming from us, it was coming from our fans. Right. And then, with that, it's completely grown year on year. And at the end of the day, we don't classify ourselves as scientists or have, years of experience in therapy, animal therapy or anything like that. For us, it was just we experimented with music and found techniques that started working, and we got our feedback from our fan base. And because all our stuff is completely free, I guess we kind of set the expectation pretty low. But once it started working, people are like, wow, okay, this is something really special. So now I think on YouTube we're on Relax My Dog channel. I think it's getting about 4 million views a month on YouTube. And even on music streaming services like Spotify, Apple Music, that's getting about 500,000 streams a month. So, that's quite interesting. And we've just launched on Apple TV and Roku TV and Amazon Fire. So, and that's doing really well. Like, people go to work and just leave that on for their dogs.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been very helpful, and the amount of comments and the feedback we get. We only have to go to our YouTube channel to look at the number of comments that we get from people, and the majority of them are really, really positive. And I think that's what makes it really special. Is like for us, like we read these comments where people have tried like so many different things, so many different forms of medication, and the way they write to us is like is very, very emotional, and that's when you're like, wow, what we're doing is actually worthwhile, and I think that's what keeps us going, is the positivity that we get from our fans.
Sure. I mean, dogs are like family members, so if they're not happy, and especially, separation anxiety is a huge thing in the canine community. And like you said, there's medications and special coats and all kinds of things to try and help with that. So, if you can do it easily by just turning on YouTube or, leaving your Amazon on or something like that for your dog during the day while you're gone. I mean, that's a huge thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll be sure to, in the show notes for the podcast, I'll be sure to link your YouTube channel too, so that our listeners can jump on there and either check it out for their dog or see the comments and things like that. That's definitely a big thing when you see it working for other pet owners. You're definitely more apt to try it yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, fantastic. So do you have any like veterinarians or any experts in the field that are using it and working with you?
So for us, like, once again, we've had a lot of people like in the US that said, oh, I want to try this music. I've tried it in the kennels, like a lot of kennel owners.
Yeah.
And they're like, wow, this actually has made my job a lot easier. And a lot of vets are now starting to use it because people will put on YouTube on their phone, and when they're putting their dog like in the carrier and taking them to the vets, they will have their iPhone or whatever it is in there, playing the music. And so when it goes to the vet, like, what is this? And then they're like, why is your dog so calm? And then from there, that's kind of how it's like spread. So yeah, and one thing we want to do now is like, reach out to more vets, more kennels, and just be like, we're happy to give them our music for free. At the end of the day, they're charities. So we'd love to help as many kennels as possible.
Absolutely. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So for your future plans, do you want to expand at all? Maybe do some different animals? Or I know you mentioned you started out with humans to help humans sleep.
Yeah. So for us, actually, surprisingly, we do have another channel called Relax My Cat, and that is actually doing really well. Once again, we Relax My Cat started about 2 or 3 years ago. Once again on YouTube, and with our producers, there was a lot of research again with music therapy for cats, and we were like, okay, there could be something here. Once again, those 2 or 3 years of trial and error, interacting with our audience. And, if you go on our YouTube channel, Relax My Cat, once again, people have submitted videos of their cats and kittens like falling asleep, relaxing to our music. So, and that's actually surprisingly getting a lot of press coverage, Relax My Cat. And yeah, that's something that's doing well. So right now we're focused on dogs and cats, and I think, we're a pretty small team at this moment in time, and we're just looking, just get out there as many people as possible. And, you can access this music. It's on YouTube. It's completely free. And, if it works, then that's good. It's
yeah, absolutely. And keeping it free, that's so important for pet owners on a budget to have something that can help their dog, medications and, like I said, those coats and the things like that. That stuff is very expensive. So to have something that is free, first of all, but second of all, to have something that, works without, a lot of people don't want to medicate their dog if they don't have to. So, to have something that's simple, it's easy, and it's free. I mean, it's almost like it's one of those too good to be true things until you get on the channel and you, like you said, there's so many videos about that pet owners have made of their dogs relaxing and just enjoying. So when you get on there and see the impact that it has on these dogs, it's quite amazing.
Yeah, it is. And I guess from our perspective, we're continuing to experiment with different sounds and frequencies and creating more combinations and putting it out there. And not all our music is great. We do have some feedback from our fans that say, this is terrible, this is like loud noise, why is that, it's disturbed my dog. And sometimes once we get enough of that feedback, we're like, okay, this doesn't work. So we the majority of our stuff has a positive impact, but it is all just trial and error and working with our fans. I think that's what's really important, and that's why our fan base has grown really quickly. Is we don't want to be those arrogant musicians where it's our way and we've had years of study and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. We want to engage with you guys and say, look, let's build this product together. You guys are in it just as much as us, and I think that's how we've got such a loyal fan base.
Yeah, absolutely. That's it's nice for pet owners to have that. And I think too, every dog is a little bit different. So trying out some of the different things on the site and just finding what your dog's personal preference, I guess, for music is helps too. So first, of course, I need to thank Amman for that wonderful interview and letting us know a little bit more about music for dogs and music for cats and kind of how that was developed. And of course, as he mentioned, they're not scientists. They're not researchers that have, studied anything to do with like canine hearing or neurology or anything like that. So this music is just kind of tried and tested, and he said, they've over the years developed frequencies that seem to soothe dogs, and so that's what this is. You might have to jump on the site and kind of look around to find something that you think that your dog would like. Certainly, if you look on their YouTube site, you can get on and look at the comments from other pet owners, and there are, like I said earlier, thousands and thousands of comments. So look through, find some stuff that's well reviewed, and try it with your dog. Like I said, it's free, so it's not going to hurt at all just to give it a try. And, if your dog suffers from separation anxiety, I can't talk this afternoon. If your pet is suffering from separation anxiety or anxiety about the groomers or the veterinarians, that mobile app makes it really easy to, say you're going to go to the groomers or go to the vet. Listen to that in the car, listen to it on the ride over, listen to it when they get there, play it in the background, and try and help your dog calm down and relax. Of course, in the show notes, you're going to find the YouTube channel and then the links again to the Android and the Apple downloads for that if you want. But if you go right into your whatever you have, if you have Google Play or if you have an iPhone, you can jump right in and download that. Just search for music for dogs or music for cats, and that should come up no problem. You can also look for Relax My Dog as the company, or Relax My Cat, and that will pop up for you. But the links will be there on our website, which is theoryofpets.com. So if you guys have any questions for me or for Amman, if you want to know anything more about this kind of music or how it could benefit your dog, feel free to reach out to me. You can find my contact information on our website, theoryofpets.com, and you can also leave comments and suggestions or questions on the site for us. You can type those if you want to. If you're brave and you want to voice record those comments and questions, you can do that as well. I will certainly read and answer or listen to and answer all of those, but if you don't mind recording one, I might use that on a future podcast. So just remember that if you record one, you might be featured on Theory of Pets. So I look forward to coming back with you guys next week with another great topic, and I appreciate you listening today. If you liked the podcast, if you enjoyed Theory of Pets, hop on iTunes. It only takes about 2 minutes. You can jump on there and leave a review. The more reviews that I get, the faster I'm able to grow the podcast, which helps me reach out to people that I'm looking for to answer some of my questions about the pet industry in general. So if you could just take a couple of minutes and do that on iTunes for me, and I will see you guys back next time. Have a great week.